Hello, my name's Rochelle Robinson. I'm mayor of the city of Douglasville. This is a special edition that we're going to have today in conversations with our illustrious Chief of Police, Dr. Gary Sparks, in honor of Black History Month. So we invite you to come on in. As the coach says, one of the city council members, every time the chief enters the room, it's worth the pay. Whatever you pay for, you're going to get it. I mean, it's worth the admission price to come in. So we appreciate the chief taking time out to talk to us today. And thank you so much, Chief. I'm so honored to be here with you.
It's an honor to be here with you.
Oh, Chief, I'm so excited. I'm excited. So I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about yourself and talk to the people about, public safety is one of the reasons why people move to cities. And you have been the North Star. You really have been an example in the state of Georgia and all over the country for what police departments do. Before we talk about that, I want to talk about you. Now, Black History Month, this is the 100th year. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, it started in 1926 with Carter G. Woodson.
I'm Carter G. Woodson.
Yes, sir. It was called Black History Week. And so it stayed a week until 1976 with President Gerald Ford, who made it into Black History Month.
Okay.
And so since 1926, and this is 2026, this is the 100th year celebrating Black History Month, African Americans in the United States.
Oh, that's awesome.
Isn't it?
It is very awesome. And it's good that I'm here to celebrate.
What you talking about? Shoot. So that's a blessing. Now tell us a little bit about yourself, and I want you to hone in on HBCUs. I know you're a graduate of Fort Valley State.
Yes.
That's historically Black college or university, and so that really ties into Black History Month. Why did you choose that school, and some about your experience there? I have a daughter who, out of the three, had went to an HBCU, and she wouldn't trade it for the world, Savannah State Tigers. So talk to us about growing up in Douglas County and all of that.
Well, I was born here in Winston, Georgia.
In Winston, Georgia.
Like 5 miles down the road, as they say here in the country, down the road from Douglasville. Me and my family, and grew up Christians. Yes, sir. In the church. And, back when I was growing up, the first thing that I really just started thinking about Blackness is that, number one, I never really wanted to be a police. Oh, wow. No, I never wanted to be no police because when I was coming up, and when I was young, coming up, I would see, and my mom then watching TV. Right. And I seen all the civil rights, things that were going on with people. Yes, sir. Trying to get voters' rights and just trying to make a mark in the country, and I and I see the police sicking dogs on people and the water holes, and my thing was no, I don't want to be no police. I want to do something that will help my people, and so that was something that was instilled in me. So as I matriculated through going to school here. I remember riding a bus from Winston to Douglasville because it was segregated. Oh, wow. Yeah, so we would pass by Winston Elementary School, which is still out there, every day. And then one day, I don't know how it happened, but like I was in the 3rd or 4th grade, my pops just pulled in to that school. Okay. And I'm like, hey. What are we going over here for? And so we went in there, and the next thing I know, I was enrolled in Winston Elementary School. Oh, wow. Yeah, one of the first African Americans to integrate that school. Me and my cousin Kathy and Sparks and Greg Williams. And I always try to figure out, how did that happen? Who made that decision? Wow. Because they didn't ask me. Right. They just pulled me up there. And so. How did that feel? Like you said, you just drove into, you used to pass in the school, and then all of a sudden, your daddy take you to the school.
That must have been a transition. Now, you told me a couple of weeks ago when I went to former Representative Bill Hembree's passing, unfortunately, that you said there was a good family from Winston, and you remember being in a classroom with his brother.
Yes.
So how did the kids treat you, and how was that experience that you can remember?
Yeah. I remember it like it was yesterday.
Oh, wow.
You know, most of the kids was good. You know, we had a few of them that we had to go back out in the yard. Yeah.
Got back out in the yard.
We had to go back behind the school, and you know, but most of them was good. And you know, I didn't have really any relationship with that part of the community because I was always going. We was in the black community. It was segregated, and but some of the first people that I met was Mitchell Appliances.
Oh, okay.
He was always been a good man. Donna Camp and Phil Hembree's brother.
Oh, okay.
Phil Hembree. His brother was the
Bill Hembree.
Bill Hembree,
yes,
right.
Sir.
They were always a good family, and but it was a shock, and because I was always, you know, around black people.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to school. I got Miss Britt. Miss Britt was one of the first teachers that I had, and so she was a very nice lady, a school teacher that I remember. So, but so as we went to Winston Elementary, and then I went to Douglas County, and then I matriculated down to Fort Valley.
How you get to Fort Valley? You all the way almost.
Yeah, that was. You know,
you ain't want to go to University of West Georgia or Georgia State, or you said,
I tell you, you know, I went to Fort Valley because I had some relatives down there.
Oh, okay, that always helps.
And that helped, and you know, I wasn't the sharpest knife in the drawer, you know.
You had a PhD today, and you wasn't the sharpest knife in the drawer.
No, back then I was playing around, and so she sort of told me one day. My daddy and my uncle, they packed me up in the car.
Oh, wow.
And we went to Fort Valley. Never been there before. And we went and took all these tests. So when we took all these tests, I come back to my dad. I said, you ready to go? And this lady, Miss Dorothy, she said, you're not going anywhere. I said, have you all got those test results yet? She said, she didn't say don't worry about the test. She said, but you will be staying.
Oh, okay. Oh, good.
Like,
wow.
Well, I know y'all got them test results. Because I was just going down there doing this. But Fort Valley they gave me an opportunity of a lifetime.
Oh, wow.
And that's why I'm sitting here today. And that's why I'm able to continue my education, because Fort Valley gave me, not only me, a whole lot of young African American male and female an opportunity.
Yes, sir. Yes,
and I took that opportunity. It took me about 4.5 years.
You did it.
But
the race not given to the swift or the strong, to the one endure to the end.
Yeah, I didn't do it to the end on that one. And down there, I always prayed and that I was going to come back to Douglasville.
Okay.
We're going to make a change. But I didn't think I was going to be no police.
You didn't think you were going to be a police officer?
No.
Yeah. But see, so how did you make that decision? Now, I want to hone in on this part, that coming from a close-knit family, which you all are still today. I mean, we all know about the Sparks and the Danleys and everybody from Winston, that going to Fort Valley, you still had that support system. That is really key in any situation when you go someplace, to have some support. You said to me when our daughter was thinking about Savannah State, you said, Mayor, you got some people down there.
Yeah.
And you said, we need to be able to get her some chicken. Be able to put our hands on it if we need to.
That's
and I
right.
did. I have friends who lived in Pooler, Georgia,
Yes.
that pastored out in Marietta, and then they start pastoring a church in Savannah.
Yes,
so
ma'am.
I felt more comfortable about my
Yes.
baby going all the way to Savannah. But you gave me comfort when you said,
Oh, okay,
man,
great.
Mary, if you got some people down there, we can be able
Yeah.
to put our hands on her and give her some chicken. She gonna be all right.
As long as she
And
can
she
eat.
was.
Yeah, and I remember many days. I have a great friend of mine. We talk pretty constantly now that we are in a Fort Valley at the same time,
Oh wow.
and we stay
Oh,
we
you
still
still
stay.
friends?
Oh, we stay in touch. I just talked to him last week, and we talk about those days of eating peanut butter, not the jelly sandwich, just peanut
the
butter.
butter. Oh my goodness.
You know, but you know
goodness.
that's the tenacity that it takes to be a leader.
Yes, sir.
And that's what Fort Valley was grooming us. Even though it was hard times, but that's when you develop
That's
your
right.
character.
That's right. That's right.
You know, we were down there, we didn't quit. You know, through several days we didn't have food, and sometime I would come home, my pops and them, they would give me a box.
Yeah.
And, you know, I didn't have no car. I had to catch a bus.
Back to school.
Back to school, I'm walking down the street with a box full of food.
For real?
And the guys in the dorm, they waiting on me.
But
'Cause
they're gonna eat too.
if you go home, you come back, they know you bringing some food,
Oh wow.
cake or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to bring something back.
That's wild.
And
That's
then-
great. You were sharing.
And share with everybody. And you know, I would wait, they leave, you go home. Y'all bring that food.
Pastor Spear talked about Fort Valley too. He loved Fort Valley State.
Yeah, I love that
Yeah.
place.
So the danger of HBCUs, people were talking about funding. It's really important to keep them.
We got to have them, you know, because I left Fort Valley. And you were talking about West Georgia.
Yes, sir.
So I left Fort Valley. I come back here to Douglasville. So I enrolled in West Georgia
Okay.
for a quarter.
You went back.
And I couldn't deal with it.
Yeah, you didn't feel the love.
Didn't feel it. The teachers wasn't the same. The atmosphere wasn't the same.
Yeah.
See, at Fort Valley, you go down there, you're not doing your work. The teacher group,
That's
the
what
instructor gonna call you and say, "We need to talk.
they
What
say.
are you doing around here, son?"
Wow.
They'll call home. Gary down here, you're not doing what he's supposed to do.
Yeah, you weren't just a number.
It wasn't just a number. You just, you know, it was about love. You go. When I went to West Georgia, you know, you in there and it's like 150 kids in there. I go to Fort Valley, it's like 45.
Yeah.
And you know, everybody hipping everybody, and the teacher really get to know you, and so I hurried up and left and went back to Fort Valley.
Okay, I didn't know that part of the story.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the thing about how God is, you know, is when I left and went back to Fort Valley, I went out there, didn't know where I was gonna stay. Didn't have anything of you know, finance.
But you said I'm going back.
Cause God just put your feet on the put your feet on the land. And once I got my feet in there, and He did the rest. I went out there and met my partner, and he like, "Sparks, you're back." I said, "Boy, I'm back. I don't know how long I'm gonna be here.
Now,
I don't have nowhere to stay."
Now, Chief, I'm telling all your business. You know, I got a good memory, right? And so my son has some situations. Now, he turned it around. You know, firefighter, EMT, all that right now. He was down in Georgia Southern doing the most, having a good time. And you said, "Mayor, it's going to be all right." I had a situation in school, and I came back, and so, So,
Yes, sir. I went back down there, and that guy, you know, and that's how developing relationships, developing friendships. And so when I went back, I didn't have nothing, didn't have nowhere to stay. I just went to Fort Valley. And I stayed with him for a little while.
okay.
Until I got me a place, and then, you know, because I had a family. I had 2 kids.
Oh, for real?
I had 2 kids and a wife.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You talking about some tenacity?
I had to come down through there.
Wow.
You know,
Wow.
I had,
Okay, I didn't know you.
I had to be strong during those times, and I got 3 mouths to feed.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and you know, and I got me a little place and brought them down there. And,
Oh really?
yeah.
I didn't know
we
that
had a
part of the
family.
story. That's why you said it's gonna be all right. You can keep on pushing
You
through.
go on, you just keep on pushing.
Wow.
Don't never stop.
Now, how did you get in the military? Because it's from school,
Yes.
so you got commissioned. Did you do ROTC?
I did ROTC because when you broke,
What you talking about?
and they giving out a little $100. At the time they were doing $100. They might be doing $300 or $400. I said, well, I better go on down there and get that $100.
What?
So I joined ROTC and stayed in there for like the whole while I was at Fort Valley, and then I got commissioned as a second lieutenant at Fort Valley, and went off to my first duty station where I went to Fort Bragg, and then went to Kentucky as a military police officer.
At the Fort Knox.
Fort Knox. And see,
That's how you became a police officer. You was an MP unit.
I was in the MP.
Okay, I was an MP unit too,
And,
but I was typing up the orders.
Yeah, but at Fort Valley, I was my degree was in criminal justice.
Okay, but you said you didn't want to be no police.
No, because I really wanted to go into law.
Oh,
to
okay.
be
So you were
a
trying to help
lawyer.
people in that respect.
Right.
You didn't think it was going to be a police
I
officer.
think
Okay.
I ain't never think about no police. And then, you know, but somebody, you know, God seemed for me to be the police. And so I went into Fort Knox as a second lieutenant. And so as a police officer, and then after that, it just kept growing. So
Wow. The footsteps of a righteous man are ordered by the Lord.
yeah.
What? You was leaning on him and he told you where to go. You were willing. That's a blessing. I see that in your life.
Yeah.
That really you've been trusting God
Yes,
for
and
everything. You got your cross on now.
got my cross on that. See, all while I was in the military and everything that I've done, the first prayers that I prayed, I'm just being real,
Yes, sir.
that I prayed that I'm going to come back to Douglasville. You know what happened?
What happened?
Brought me back to
He
Douglasville.
brought you back to Douglasville. Your home, your heart. And that's what we can feel as a police chief. This is your heart. You're
Yes.
serious.
Yeah, I could have went a lot of places, but so that's what you wanted to do. And me and the sheriff often talk about it, you know, like,
Pounds.
Sheriff Powell, you're like, man, you ever think when we were growing up, you would be the police chief and I'd be sheriff?
Wow.
I said, no, because it was sometime a little rough around here.
Yeah.
And
I know, but it's a
coming up-
reputation
yes, coming up
for law
around here.
enforcement.
And so, but you know, it is sad that you see some of those things that I seen as a little boy. I see them today.
Yes. Oh, isn't that terrible that it's come back around? How many years later? 50 years, and we still struggling in some areas in the community. Now, were you one of the first African Americans in the Douglasville Police Department?
No, that was Nathan Zachary, I can recall.
Okay, Zachary.
Yes, I remember when I was in high school, we would be on the bus and we would see him directing traffic.
Oh, wow.
And that was one thing, you know, when people come around, and that's one thing that I look at when I go around young people that I know they're looking and they're watching because I did. You know, I seen him and they used to bring people to school, you know, professional people, and I would look at them and say, well, could I do that? Or just, you know, think about their career.
Yes.
Yeah, so it was, so now as the position I'm in, when I go around people, or young people, I try to let them see me doing my work.
That's right.
You know, I had a little kid in our youth against violence, and his mom had put him out. And cause he had a bad mouth, and so I was on my way to work, and they called me and they said, "Chief, that was a little boy. He at the police department. He here to see you." I said, "What is his name?" So they told me the name. I didn't recognize the name. So I stopped by Chick-fil-A. I get him a biscuit and get me something to eat. So when I get to the office, I see him. I knew he was in our Youth Against Violence program.
Oh, okay.
So I said, "Son, well, what you done?" And he told me. I said, "Come on in here and sit down." So as I was doing my work and having people come in and brief me on things, I sent him over there in the corner while he was eating his biscuit. And every now and then I glazed back over there at him to see if he was watching. And he was, because I wanted him to see what I'm doing, and it encouraged him.
Yes, sir.
And so we did that for a small amount of time, and then I shut the door and I had to get on.
You had to do the pops thing. Wow.
Yeah, I had to go ahead and get down on him a little bit and tell him to call his mama. She let him back in the house, but
Tell him to watch his language.
better watch that mouth, boy, because if you grew up like I grew up, you wouldn't have no teeth.
What? Back here, mouth like Daffy Duck, the lips. Wow. So, Chief, talk to us about the police department. You said Youth Against Violence. That has won awards, national awards. So
Yes.
how did you start that program? It was before you became the chief of police.
Yes.
Now, you're the first African-American chief of police since 1875. 1875, that's a long time, man.
What? They had one
You
back
broke the
there?
barrier. There was a glass ceiling. You said, boop.
Well, we broke that thing.
You sure did.
So, and I hope is the flood will come through, and people that's doing with good character, integrity, and doing the right thing. But we get a lot more chiefs of police. But we just started to see the influx of gangs, the mentality.
Okay.
The mentality of our young people gravitating toward that gang mentality, whether it's the music or the dress. And so we decided we're going to figure out a way that we can fight that mentality.
Okay.
And the way to fight that mentality, it came to me that we got to fight the mentality with knowledge and get with the knowledge, and then they give them the wisdom that they could make the right decision. So we started an educational program. So I told the guys that were working with me, I said, look here, we're going to start an educational program because we went around the metro area to see what other law enforcement were doing with the youth.
Right.
And it was just locking them up. They didn't have an educational component.
Okay.
Because if you don't know, you don't know.
That's right.
And the parents didn't know as well, So we started the education component and strict enforcement.
Okay.
If you get caught, don't come to me. Don't come to me. Don't, because their mama and them talking to me about little Johnny ain't in no gang, and we got all this information showing that when he leave you, he's the one posting all this.
Oh, wow.
So strict enforcement, but on the other end, we're going to tell you about the law.
Right.
And how not to get involved with the criminal industrial complex.
Wow. Wow.
See, your young people don't understand, the old people don't understand either. The criminal industrial complex that's why we're building all these prisons. So I wanted to make our kids understand the law and the consequences of the law so they make better decision choices. Then they won't come in conflict with this criminal industrial complex.
Okay.
Which is all about making money.
Right. But you're giving them a knowledge to understand. If you choose that road, this could be your end result.
This could be your end results, and teaching them and hoping that they will be leaders they can go back and tell the other young people, say, look, this is what probable cause is. This is what your Fourth Amendment right is. This is how you're throwing away your Fourth Amendment right. You know, so this is when they need to read you your rights.
Wow.
These are your constitutional rights. So we educating, we getting them great schooling before they even go to school.
No.
See, they don't teach civics in school anymore.
I know it.
So our people just grow up, they really don't understand how important it is for them to be engaged in the civic part of the city, the state, the country.
Right.
So they don't understand that. So we teach them those things. And so when we got started, and 22 years later, we're still doing it.
You started 22 years ago, Youth Against Violence?
Yes.
Wow. And the chief at the time allowed you to start the program. You just were doing it on your own.
Yes, I went to him because we had a shooting in Douglasville. So I went to Chief Wisnan and I told him, I said, look, Chief, we got to start a program. Matter of fact, they had a town hall meeting over at the park that night. I said, Chief, we need to let the people know we got something coming down, that we're going to fight against this. And I said, it can't be a summer program. What you going to say? Well, we got a summer program, and but, you know, the rest of the year we don't got nothing.
Right.
I said, no, this got to be year round.
Wow.
It got to be year round. So we doing, I think we're doing 42 weeks out of a year.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So we, so he said, all right. And we got going, and 22 years, we still doing it.
Wow. Chief Joe Wisnet, I remember him when I was on city council. I was over public safety.
Yes,
my background is law enforcement. So that's wonderful. 22 years. So you won. Tell us about the awards that you've won for Youth Against Violence. I know it was a national award and all of that.
Yes, ma'am. We won the Civil Rights Award at the International Chief of Police Conference in Chicago.
Wow.
And I didn't know anything about it. They was pulled a surprise on me. I noticed one thing. I'm like, why is he coming? Why is he here? And so we did get that for training our young people to understanding of the Constitution and you know, letting them understand that how important it is for them not to give up their Fourth Amendment right.
Wow.
Because they must protect their Fourth Amendment right. And if they don't protect their Fourth Amendment right, it can be taken. You know, like a lot of these kids, some of them get in trouble and they really don't read what the paperwork say. And the paperwork may say, well, you go forfeit your Fourth Amendment right, or probation can come into your house at any time.
What?
And you're not reading.
And
you just want to get out of jail.
Right.
Or you just want to get out of this situation that you didn't think first. You didn't know the law. And you didn't know your friends. And number one, you didn't know God.
Come on.
See, that's what we try to train them. Know God, know your friends, know the law.
That's right.
And know who you're hanging out with.
That's right, because you can be in the back seat and something happen, everybody gone.
Everybody gone.
So how can parents are they just troubled youth, or how can you get your kid into the program? How can a parent get their son or daughter into the Youth Against Violence program in Douglasville?
It's a free program. That's all they need to do is call us.
Okay.
And we have lunch. We feed them
on Saturdays.
Yeah, we have a good lunch because I got to eat too. So, just call us, and you know, we come up with that name, Youth Against Violence. It's not about youth being violent. It's about youth going against
the violence.
The violence.
Yes, sir.
So we come up with that name, and the time that we do the program is from 10 to 2 because we understood when we started the program that some of these parents are young parents.
Right. Yeah.
They may still be in the club.
Right.
You know,
They're not gonna wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning.
I ain't gonna wake up no 8 o'clock in the morning, bring no kid over there to the program. So we said, okay, okay, 10 o'clock. All right, that's I remember me. I was like, okay, I'll wake up about 10.
Oh Lord.
So they wake up about 10 o'clock. We get them in there, and then 2 o'clock. It's not too late.
Right. On
You know,
Saturday.
if a kid on a Saturday, if the kid playing football or basketball, and then they got some conversation period.
Right.
What y'all talk about today? And you know, one thing, you know, that we got to try and do it again is get more of the parents involved.
Yes.
You know, because some of the classes, the gang class, the drug class, you know, the drugs is the same drugs, they just package it up a different way. You know, and the gang mentality, some of these parents, they understand what that gang mentality is all about. So we try to get them to come in on those specific classes so they can see what's the new rule.
I know, because you don't know about the gummies or whatever else they're doing.
You may not know, so we can educate them. So we need to get more parents involved.
And you have a parenting class.
I had a parenting class, you know, we may have 25 kids, and on the parenting class, 2 or 3.
Yeah. Now, but them 2 or 3 is gonna make a difference.
Yeah, we gonna have it anyway. It's just like last night. I had a community meeting. Didn't nobody show up but me, but I had to be there.
Right.
Because I was having it.
That's right.
Because you know you don't want to have something and somebody, I don't care if it's one, and they show up and you not even there.
Oh my God! Now your face right there looked like Mr. Harry Sparks when you made that expression. That's my friend. Okay, so Chief, the department is an award-winning department. You're an award-winning chief, like Chief of the Year for the state of Georgia. The department was the Department of the Year. So tell us about some of those initiatives that you've done to become, and I'm going to say a few that I remember, but it's not all of them, and you can just touch on some if you want to. The DCOPS program, the police officers are inside of the neighborhoods. You have the Youth Against Violence. You have the Rising Men of Douglasville, which is like a support program. Let me see what else you have. You have all these community events that people, you riding bikes. Oh my goodness, Chief! It's so many programs that you have in the community. Unity Day.
Coming up, Unity Day is coming up next Saturday.
Yes, sir. And you have like a information sharing for the West Georgia law enforcement areas for, you know, just not Douglasville, but Carrollton and Paulding. And I've been to meetings. The chiefs come from all over.
Yes.
So just some of those programs, if you can talk to us about, not everything, but just something you want to highlight.
Well, the one thing that we're doing now is it's an offshoot of Youth Against Violence we call the Foundational Transformation of Life program. You know, I started it off with a men transformation of life for men.
Yes, sir.
After I did it about 2 or 3 years, and then I started getting like, what you gonna do for the women?
Yeah.
So we changed the whole name to transformation of life.
Okay.
And so those young people are from the age of like 21 to 25.
Oh, wow.
And they're tracking toward wanting to do what's right. They done came through that young age. Now they really want to see where they want to go in life. So we talk about the power and purpose, and purpose of men, the power and purpose of women. So we try to combat this domestic violence problems that we're having. Myself and the domestic violence, we're going to start a podcast here in a couple of weeks.
Good.
And we're going to start talking about this domestic violence that we see that's destroying our community. And we started with the men because the words say that your community go as far as your men.
That's right.
And nothing against the women, but the men were ordained to do this, and we're just not doing our job.
It's the head.
Yeah, you're not doing the job. So now we got that class going, and now we're going into the community. We're working in each community to uplift the community so they can see the police in a different light. I know, nowadays we look at the police and not so much the police, but some of the federal agencies doing things. And we are about building relationships.
Yes, yes.
So
you won with the community.
You won with the community. So we got to work with the community. So we started that program, and we go to each community, and I really love it because in the springtime we get over there and cook some hot dogs and hamburgers and play with the kids. So and then you can really get to see who lives in your community. You got a Latino community, you got a Muslim community, Christian community. So you understand, our officers can get to understand what they need to do to understand their culture.
That's right. That's right.
Because if you don't know, you don't know because they may be loud. You think it's something finna bust out and go down. Right. But we loud people.
You're just having a good time.
You're just having a good time.
No trouble. You don't want no trouble.
So so they can understand all those things. So and then we the men, we try to get the men and organize them so that they can go into the malls and make sure that that young people see men.
That's right.
Out doing something positive.
Those are the liaisons. Before you was talking about the D-cops.
Yes.
They're in the neighborhoods. Now these are the liaisons that are at the mall, because you don't necessarily need the gun toting to be at the mall unless something happens. Yeah. But if you see a presence of some men, then they may straighten up if you're thinking about doing something nefarious.
Yeah, and talk to the kids. We can't be afraid of the kids.
Right.
If they see a man and a man talking to them in a righteous way and telling them some wisdom and knowledge,
right,
and not going at them, man, Bob, pull your pants up. Yeah. If you treat them right, guess what them pants gonna do after a while? They're gonna pull them up.
Yeah, come up. Yeah.
Yeah, but you ain't gotta go there trying to hammer people across the head.
That's right.
Build a relationship. Build a relationship. So we got a lot of volunteers that help us out with these programs, and so we're just trying to let our community know that like you said, we're one with the community. That's our motto, and we're completely transparent.
Yes.
We try to make sure that we try to hire the best people we can to serve.
Right. That's right.
Sometimes you do your due diligence, and it may take a couple of years, and you find out, well,
that's a dud. They don't fit in the culture.
They don't fit in the culture. He got to go.
Yeah.
He or she, they got to go.
So talk to us about the core values. Are we going to say something about the report? And then anything else you want to say, we can talk about. But the core values, you had a midnight basketball and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but that's coming back.
Good. So the core values, we're going to talk about the police department's core values and how you're protecting the community.
Yes, ma'am. We hold our men and women accountable. And I invite everybody to come out to the police department and just walk around the campus. And we have our core values throughout the facility, and, fairness in our situation, uncompromising character, making sure that you're going to be held accountable for your actions. Right. And making sure that the Constitution is upheld, the city ordinance and the state of Georgia, all those constitutions are upheld, and being vigilant and being unwavering to your character.
That's right.
And that's the thing that we really push with our men and women, that integrity, you can't shook your integrity, because once you lose your integrity and character, you might as well go sell some shoes somewhere or do something, because you can't. Police is done.
So these core values you have, I've been down there. They're all over the place for your officers, so that they know the expectation. Because if they're ethical and their spirit is right, and they're trying to do their job, then it's going to help the entire community.
Going to help the entire community. And then, see, we as a police department, I can't legitimize our police department. The people legitimize us by what we do and those core values, how we treating people. I ain't saying we don't have somebody mess up now and then, but you know, but we're gonna be held accountable.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. So and but we always try to do what's right, because my daddy used to always tell me it's always right to do what's right.
Now, how many brothers and sisters did you have?
2. I had a brother and a sister. They passed on, and
so you holding up the standard.
I'm holding it up. They all gone now, but I'm holding it up. And you know, I think sometimes that they can see what I'm doing.
Yeah, they can. They looking down. They in the great cloud of witnesses, cheering you on. Yeah, but it's still a lot of sparks around here.
It's still a lot of them. And you know what? I could hear my daughter. And she just passed.
Yeah, that was a beautiful service.
Yeah, she used to always call me.
What'd you call her?
Sugar baby.
Sugar baby. That's right. That's right. But her daughters are doing so well.
They're doing great. They're doing great. And Sugar baby used to call me, Dad. I said, what Sugar baby? They talking about y'all. I said, they talking about over there? They talking about them police. Dad, don't go out there and do nothing bad to bring a bad name on
my goodness.
On the old name.
And you didn't, and she didn't. She was a stellar. Oh my goodness.
Yes, she said, Dad, don't go out there and do nothing and bring a bad name on us. I said, baby, you know Dad ain't gonna do that now.
No, sir. And you during the pandemic and the marches that people had, that was a trying time.
Oh, yes.
Oh my goodness. And then they had all those riots in Atlanta, and they was talking about coming out here, and then we had marches, and you handled that so well. And I'll never forget that, because it was a trying time for mayors. You know, we had to shut down cities. People didn't want us to close restaurants in the pandemic, so we had the pandemic over here. And then we had all these, we gonna march and come and steal stuff out the Target. And I said, oh Lord. And you said, don't come out to Douglasville with no foolishness. Don't take our kindness as a weakness. We got all these programs, but we will lock you up if you come breaking the law.
And that's what you gotta be, firm.
Yes, sir.
And fair.
Firm and fair.
And, you know, when I ask the young people a lot of time, you know, we'll run through different scenarios and we'll say, and I say, you know, we'll give them a scenario and I say, the police does this. I say, is this fair or is it fair? And they will be like, that's good.
That's good.
Yeah.
So when the Black Lives Matters did it and we're marching, you said, come on.
I told them, come on.
And you said, we gonna march with you.
We're going to be right there with you, because we get ahead of it. And see, that's one thing about intelligence, and I thank you and the council and for giving us the tools to work with. You know, I know when back when people talking about defund the police, and you know, I'm not asking for no bazookas or no tanks or nothing like that, but the technology that we need to utilize to make everybody safe. If you want to come out here and march, okay, put us in order that we can help your march be safe.
That's right.
You know, because you march for one thing, there may be another group that don't like what you marching for.
That's right. But it's your constitutional right.
It's your right, and I got to protect you, and I got to make sure they don't hurt you. So come get with me, and we'll devise a plan.
Right.
You know, just don't come out here and you just up and, hey, we're going to Douglasville.
No, we're not gonna do that.
It don't work like that.
All right, I'm gonna do some hot topics. Woo! And I'm just it's popcorn. It's not gonna be too bad.
Okay.
The homeless, People talk about the homeless. I know I've called you sometimes of people selling stuff out the trunk. You say, we on our way, man, we on our way.
Yes.
Homeless, you said, is not against the law to be homeless unless they're, but we do work with Community Services Board.
Yes.
We've done an excellent job for warming stations when it gets cold, taking people, somewhere. So if you just talk to the community a little bit about homelessness and just the law enforcement so they can understand. You just can't come and arrest somebody.
Yeah, years ago we had a coalition that we tried to pull together and to help out the homeless. And so what we do now is have our zone officers to make sure they go and check on the people that are homeless and try to lead them and direct them to the shelters, or try to get them some food, or direct them to where they can get assistance. Because we love everybody. Right. I tell anybody that I hire, I say, you treat that man that's living out there, or the man or woman that's living out there in the woods, just as well as you treat them people down there with them $1 million houses.
That's right.
Because the law is the law for everybody.
That's right.
And so you don't go down there treating them no different than you treat the people over here with these big houses and things. So so we just try to make sure that our homeless population get to the right resources.
Yeah.
And and it's sad sometimes because we have these town hall meetings, and sometimes you don't get the people you need to get to come. Yeah. You want them to come. Maybe one day we just go pick them up and feed them and talk to them, and that's an idea.
It is ideal. So you trying to help the unsheltered. I know that. Not like I said, I know the warming stations.
Yes.
The deputy chief, when it got cold a couple of weeks ago, he said we just take them to First United Methodist Church or wherever there's a warming station. The police department will pick up the unsheltered citizens and take them somewhere. So.
And we have a little fund that we find somebody hitting some hard times, and we'll put them up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And it's about this job of law enforcement. You may drive fast every now and then, but 95% of the time, it's about helping people.
Yeah.
And if you don't have a heart to help people, this is not for you.
What? Yeah. It's about protect and serve.
About protect and serve. I tell them when I hire these people in, I say, you got to have a heart to want to help folk and listen to them. Listen to them, and don't get yourself caught up into your feelings. Right. Because the police officers
they people.
They people just like
so
everybody.
Don't pop off and think they gotta hold it together.
You gotta hold it together because you got bills and things to pay and family issues. So, but you gotta close that window and close that door and try to help these people, even though you may need some help.
Come on now. But you've done a great job helping your police officers. I know when there's a situation where it may be a fatality or something that's very emotionally stressful, that you have counseling for your officers. You provide a lot of services. And so I think that really helps the whole person.
Yes, and we try to look out for one another. We in the city have the EAP program, and then sometimes we send them some of our officers to, other than the EAP program, we send them to get more professional help.
Oh, good. That's good.
So
because it's different for a police officer.
Different, yes.
Sir.
Because of that program, they may just be talking about, but you involved in an officer involved shooting. And all this kind of thing, and it's finna come down. So you need to talk to somebody.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
So my other pop is just to talk to the people about some of the special, where their money is going, flock cameras, the SWAT, if we need SWAT team, them K9s, them dogs.
Yeah.
They serious. They're pretty though. They came a couple weeks ago. They won some awards. Talk to us about those awards they won, the K9, and they were so obedient. one was kind of looking around at the people. I said, all right, I want to come up on me.
Some of those, our K9, I was telling the guys, I said, look, they more obedient than my son that was coming up. I tell them something, them dogs just sit down. But yes, we have a great corporal that trained our dog. Matter of fact, he trains the GSP K9s, Mike McDonald. So, but our dogs won some obedience tracking.
Wow.
They come out number one.
And this is in the state?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
they go get certified. So so then they had a competition, and our dogs, those two dogs won those in those two areas. And so we have the K9s, and we have our SWAT team that's highly technical.
Yes, sir.
They get a lot of good training, and they go to different states to ensure that they up on the latest and greatest techniques.
Yes.
You know, we're not just rushing in people's houses and kicking doors in. You know, they got different types of tactics that we do. We got a drone program.
Yes.
So
if you had the concert, we can see everything that's going on.
And then we use those also for the SWAT, because they can fly one of them drones in a house. And before SWAT hit the house, they can be in there already and scoped it out. So we got the drones, and you know, a lot of police departments are using drones now as a first responder.
Oh, wow.
Because a lot of times you could take off from, say, top of this building and send a drone to a situation. The drone already taking pictures. Police is on the way.
Okay.
So we already have a concept of what he's going into. So, you know, that's something we probably be looking into. We got several flock cameras around the city, and we have a good camera system that's we rolling out for the community. That if a community want to get those flock cameras, they can call us, and we can get them in contact with the flock, and then they can have those cameras as well. So
that's good. So people don't realize, like this lady, Savannah Guthrie, her mother, who was kidnapped, them cameras.
Oh, yes.
We can try. It may take some time. It's good police work, but you can get people with those cameras are important.
They're very important. I remember when we first got our flock cameras in, one of the first things we did, we got a suspect that was wanted for murder. You know, he ran across one of our cameras. We was able to arrest him. So, but the technology is out there, and we use it for what it's meant to be used for.
Yes, sir.
You know, we ain't out there getting all this technology. You know, I know some people like, well, they got all this saying, big brother's watching. Well, you know, my daddy used to tell me this too. Somebody's always watching.
Whether it's some little kids or them cameras or somebody they're watching.
Somebody's always watching. You
Yes,
know,
sir.
and you know, and like he said, you may be watching yourself, and maybe God watching you, but somebody watching.
Someone's always watching. All right, so we're going to wrap it up, Chief.
Okay.
This report you do every year. This is an annual report. It gives all the statistics about the police department.
Yes,
you know, and sometimes it's scary to see all this stuff and see how crime has, but it tells you about special operations, the types of crime, the force of complaints. So you tell everybody all the information, very transparent. Complaints, how many force, all kinds of stuff. So if we want to know, it's always available for citizens to know where their tax dollars are going, and their public safety and accountability for what you do every day.
Yes,
ICE, you want to say anything about ICE? People scared? What we doing with ICE? It supersedes? Yeah,
we hadn't, I think we had ATF to come out a few weeks ago. They had a warrant, and our stance is that we, you know, just support and make sure that they're okay.
Yeah.
And we make sure that our citizens okay.
Right.
That our citizens' rights are not violated. You know, we
go.
make sure our cameras on, and but you know that's their federal law, what they have to do, and but we don't, you know, we're not getting involved with going down and violating people's rights because, you know, that's part of our standard operation procedure is that we don't profile.
Right.
You know, so we don't. That's if I did that going down there with them and profiling folk, I'd be violating my standard SOP.
That's right.
So, you know, and I think failure to plan, you know, is I think is one situation that I don't really think that they looked into. Because I think when it rolled out, they just want to hit people hard.
Yeah.
You know, they just want to be, you know.
Unfortunate.
Yes, and you know, sometimes I would come into a community and see what relationships you built with the community.
Yeah.
What relationships y'all have with the community? I got these wants on these people right here. This is how I want to go at them. Okay, you know, you already know where they are and all this kind of thing. We're getting kids and all this kind of thing and shooting people. That's, you know.
That's something we're grappling with in the country right now. That's a hard thing, and we can't judge somebody's motive. We see your actions, so we're just gonna keep on praying and try to do the right thing.
And I say it made me go back, like I said earlier, to think back when I was a little boy.
Yes.
I'm seeing the same activity today. You know, they taking placards off the wall that black people had done things, and they ordering them off the walls in Philadelphia.
Wow.
You know,
Liberty state of brotherly love.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, I'm telling you, that's just me. I just tell the truth, and but
shame the devil.
Yep. Hopefully one day we'll get this too shall pass.
That's right. Now I started with you for Black History Month. I'm gonna end with you, talking about you because you are a phenomenal man of God. Your PhD is in theology. Talk to us about. I know you did FBI Academy, your master's. What motivated you to continue your education? When you said you wasn't the sharpest knife in the toolbox, I don't believe you. But anyway, because now you done proved it wrong. You superseded yourself.
You know what? I went back to school and got my master's degree, and then I took on this theology class and leadership. And because I had got into the youth against violence.
Yes, sir.
So I knew I can't go over there every Saturday talking out the side of my neck.
Right.
Just trying to pull something out the sky.
Right.
I had to have some in-depthness. You know, I had to have something that I can give them that they'll look at me and say, "Ooh, that's good." I got to give them some wisdom. I gotta. So that's what made me go back to school, because I was gonna go to the Theology Restoration Theological Seminary. So I went there, and the lady, she said, "You already have a master's degree." She said, "It won't take you about 2.5 years. About 3 years, you can get a doctorate degree." I'm like,
you said, "I'm gonna be a doctor? I'm a Dr. Sparks."
I said,
"What?
Okay."
I know your daddy be so proud.
So I would drive over there every 3 or 4 hours and do all the reports and stuff. So that was thing that I needed so I can give back. I just don't want to just be talking. A lot of people talk.
You don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
But you already know. So, but for the law enforcement portion, with your master's at FBI Academy, we have in this book, it shows your top leadership. A lot of education, master's, you know, FBI Academy certifications and all of that. That helps for us to be the Department of the Year for the state.
Yes. And see, those type things like the Georgia chapter of the FBI, they recognize the department and myself as, you know, doing all the things that we're doing in the community. And we send our officers, we can send 10 a year to go and get their education, a master's, or we send them down to, well, they can go, as long as it's dealing with some type of law enforcement.
Yes.
And so in the FBI Academy, I went there for 10 weeks. And, you know, it was giving me an opportunity to meet 300 or 400 more law enforcement executives.
Okay.
So now wherever I go, I can just pull my book out and say, look, I'm going to California.
I know this guy in California.
He called this guy, see if he's still here.
Yeah.
You know, so, and, you know, matter of fact, my roommate called me 2 weeks ago.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
From the FBI Academy?
From the FBI Academy.
Wow.
Yeah, he's up in Virginia. He called me, Sparks, I'll be watching you on Facebook. And boy, you still doing that thing now.
And everywhere I go, you know, I'm on Atlanta Regional Commission. I'm out in Gwinnett. Tell your chief I said, hey. Everywhere I go, I'm like, oh, Lord, everybody know my chief. I can't act up when I go somewhere because they know the chief. They know my chief.
Yeah, of course. He called me. It was surprising. You know, he like, man, I just wanted to talk to you a little bit. And, you know, so it's, you know, when you build those type of relationships, you know, and people call you, it really made me feel good.
Aww.
Now I got to call him before he called me back.
Wow. Well, that's good, Chief. I appreciate you so much.
Thank you, man.
I'm taking up your gym time because when I call you talking about I'm at the gym, you at the gym. You and your dog, the dog be running, you doing
but you know what? I got mine in a little bit early today. I said I got to go see the mail, so let me go ahead and get a little something in.
And you're so respectful.
Yes,
you know, my mom, when I first got elected, my mother has passed on in 2018, but when I first got elected in 2015 and installed in 2016, she was here, and you know, she was sick at the time, but she made that, she don't like getting on the plane, but she got on the plane from Ohio. My family came, and my mother said that you said something to her, that you was going to protect the city and you were going to protect me.
That's right.
And I gave her comfort. And so I appreciate that. And you've done that. You're so respectful to not just me, but to everyone.
Yes, ma'am.
You're appointed.
Yes.
And so I remember when I was on the council, somebody got his job, was posted and all that. Man, I could never do that. This council would fight me over the chief of police. If I say, well, you want to look another direction, that's what?
Yeah.
I mean, you've been the Citizen of the Year for the Chamber of Commerce.
Yes, ma'am.
So I appreciate you, Chief. I love you. I appreciate what you do for the community. That council, like I said, they'll kill a rock for you.
Well, you know, it's just it's great to serve, and I thank you because you know you make that decision, and so I just have to keep moving forward.
Yes, sir.
Just keep doing right, and as long as you keep doing right and keep serving the people, everything will work out okay.
That's right. So anytime these subdivisions call, you right there. You help me. You come and give statistics, and you're open to talk anytime. So thank you for your leadership.
Yes, ma'am.
You're hiring officers that reflect the community.
Right.
You're keeping the standard, and we appreciate that so much. You are Black history. You in the history books for Douglas County, for the city of Douglasville, for the state of Georgia, for the country, for the nation. So we appreciate that. So it's just fitting for us to have a conversation with you today for Black History Month. Anything you want to say?
Well, I just thank you for the opportunity.
Yes, sir.
And you know what? You really don't look at it. I didn't ever really looked at it that way. I just look at it as this is my purpose. Purpose-driven life. And it's it's to serve. So, but I thank God for giving me this opportunity, and you and this community.
Yes,
you
sir.
know, so we'll keep moving forward.
I know your border just keep getting expanded like Jabez. So thank you, Chief, and thank
Yes,
you all
ma'am.
for tuning in today to hear from conversation from our illustrious Chief of Police, Dr. Gary Sparks. He is a spark of light and joy, but don't take his kindness for a weakness. If you come and mess up, he gonna lock you up. Thank you, Chief. God
Thank you,
bless you.
ma'am.
Happy Black History Month. Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
God bless you.